welcome back to NOS Performance Keys to the Race with Kyle Busch from the trophy room at Kyle Busch Motorsports. We're talking about Texas, a place where you've won in the Nationwide Series, but I don't believe you got a Cup win yet. So.
No, I don't think so.
So what is it going to take for you to get to victory lane there?
We've been close there a couple times. Actually, most memorable was Dave's first race with me at Texas. We were leading 3 laps to go. We ran out of gas. It was a race between my brother and I the whole time. We were going to come down to the end and finish 1-2, and just didn't quite make it. Needed another can of NOS in the fuel tank, and we would have made it.
What about the speed here? I mean, people talk about the speed and the sensation of speed and getting through the corners. Can you describe that for us, what that's like?
Speed at Texas is fun, man. It's really cool. You know, when you run the trucks there and when you run the Nationwide cars there and the Cup cars, you don't feel it until you get to the Cup car. You know, the trucks you can almost run wide open, Nationwide cars close to wide open. Cup cars, man, you're hauling mail down the straightaways and you're like, whoa, this is fast, you know, getting in the turn. So speed at Texas is great. The tricky parts to Texas, though, that really throws some of us for a loop is how you get off turn 2. You know, it kind of flattens out off there a little bit like Richmond does, you know, and then getting into turn 3 is kind of flat and then it picks up. And you know, it's just a place where you're carrying so much speed into the corners or off the corners, through the corners, everywhere, that you just want to have all that grip. You know, you want to have all of that with you. But certainly, if they gave us more banking, I guess we'd even go faster. Well,
the transitions there seem a little bit different than from straightaway to corner and back again.
Yeah, they're not as smooth as other places. You know, or they are smooth. They just transition too soon.
I see.
You know, you're in the center of the corner.
Next thing you know,
at Texas in 24 degrees of banking or whatever, now you're in the center of turn 2 and you're only like 12 degrees of banking. You know, it falls away. Instead of falling away at the straightaway, it falls away through the turn.
I see. So you're actually losing banking while you're turning the car.
And developing speed. That's where you're picking up speed.
Right, getting back to the gas, losing banking.
Yeah.
I see, and the car is still rotating.
Right, exactly.
So that's got to be dicey feeling.
It is. It's edgy. Sometimes sometimes you'll get tight. You'll lose the front end, which is more comfortable. Or other times, you know, you'll be losing the back end and you'll be loose off of there, which you don't want to spin out. So you've got to find that balance.
How about track position here? Big here? I mean, it seems like the racing groove has gotten pretty wide over the years.
You know, Texas has gotten better over the years, certainly with the COT and with the tire and the gear rule and everything. We try to move around a little bit. I don't remember the spring race there as much, but you know, I do remember just kind of, it's the fastest way around is just the bottom of the racetrack. You know, that's where I feel most comfortable, is just running around that white line. That's where I've had the most success there. That's where the trucks run, the Nationwide cars run. So Cup car, I always try to get it to where it's set up for the bottom, but you know, you definitely do need to move around if it comes to a point where, you know, you run up on a guy and you're within 3 car lengths. You definitely got to find that other lane that's going to help you get by him.
What about long run versus short run here? Is this a place you want to set the car up for the long run and get in that rhythm that we've talked about? It's
typically a racetrack that you know, lends itself to long runs. You know, it's fast. There's not a lot of spins or guys that crash there typically. So cautions aren't very frequent. You'll look for the long run. It has been a fuel mileage race a couple times, so certainly you want to have good gas mileage as well too.
Well, we haven't talked too much in this series about saving gas and fuel mileage races, but that has been a part of the racing this year.
Yep.
So when it comes to doing that, is that something you're comfortable with, like getting out of the gas early, being more gentle on the throttle?
I haven't been, I don't know that I've ever won a fuel mileage race, you know?
Right.
So I would say that I'm probably not the best at it. You know, when we ran out of gas with Dave, you know, I had to save, I think, a lap of fuel or something like that, and we ended up running out 2 laps prior to the finish. So I think I was really bad at it.
You lost a lap.
Yeah. I was worse on mileage trying to save fuel. So.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can get you some pointers on that. Our Kyle Busch talking Texas on NOS Performance Keys to the Race.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.